Alright, so you have your iMovie open. First thing you're going to do is go up to the top here and go to File, New Project. So over here on the side you have your themes and movie trailers if you want to do stuff like that. They have a couple different options. So then you're going to name your project if you want to. You don't have to. And then your aspect ratio, either standard or widescreen. I'd keep it at widescreen. Frame rate, 30 is pretty compatible with everything, so you can just keep it at 30. I'm not sure if you get further into this, if you're gonna buy cameras and stuff, but if you do, I would definitely shoot in 24 frames per second. Definitely gives it a better cinematic feel. I shoot a lot of my stuff at 24, so works out pretty good. But in iMovie, you have to shoot 24 if you want to be able to do the frame rate 24. So once you have what you want, you hit create. Okay, so up here is where you're going to be, is your timeline. That's where you're going to drag all your clips. So to get clips, if you don't have any in here already, you'll go back to File, Import, Movies, and then if you have any devices such as your phone or SD card or a CD or anything hooked up to your laptop, it's going to be down here in devices. And then if you have any of your files anywhere on your laptop in any certain specific place, just look for it. If you hold down the shift key, you can select a bunch of them at once. So once you have the ones selected that you want, just go and hit import. So it's going to import them all down here into your event timeline. Alrighty, I have some stuff from a birthday party, from Zoe's birthday party. So we're just going to use this as an example. Alright, so first thing is spacebar, right? If you hit the spacebar, it'll play clips for you. If you hit the spacebar again, it'll stop playing it. So spacebar on, spacebar off. Alright, so to decide what clips you want, you just click on it, and you're going to see these yellow brackets. Everything inside of the yellow bracket is what is going to be what you select. So if you drag it here, we can select a couple stuff, whatever you want. So just drag it to whatever you want. Once you have that selected, just drag it up here to your project timeline. Okay, so we have clip up here. Let's say you want to edit it. So the little blue box here will let you do that. So you click on that. So clip adjustments. We have video effect, which is a bunch of different video filters. If you want to make it black and white or sepia, if you want to do something like that. Audio effect speaks for itself. It makes the audio sound different. Speed, so you can make your video clip slow or you can make it fast. Just keep in mind that when you do that, your sound is going to be off. So I can show you ways to get around that though. Or you can manually make it to whatever speed you want. So let's say you want 75, you can make it 75. You can also make it in reverse. So if you want it to go backwards, it can. But keep in mind, when you make the clip go backwards, this sound is going to be backwards. And then down here, stabilization and rolling shutter. That's for if like the camera is a little shaky and so your picture looks kind of shaky. It's supposed to help. Personally, I don't like iMovie's stabilization stuff. So, but if you need to use it for anything, give it a shot. Then up here you can see clip, video, audio. So we're in the clip. If you click video, so in this one here, you can manually adjust the exposure, brightness, or contrast, or your gain. So you can, if you want to make it a little bit more of a red tint with some green, blue, You know, that's if your color's off on your video clip and you want to adjust it a little bit. That's what this is for. Um, and then the next up here is your audio. So the top one here that says volume, if you turn this all the way down, so you can see over here, it took the sound bars away. That means you turn the sound completely off. There's no more sound that's going to play on that clip, as you can see. So also, you can hit the space bar and it'll play your clips while you adjust. That way you can see if you like it or not, especially if you're changing the sound around. Or if the sound on your clip isn't loud enough, you can turn it up, make it a little louder. Ducking. So ducking is if like you're playing music and then like your clip sound. If you want the music to be a little bit lower than the sound of the clip, then you would do ducking. It'll just reduce the sound, so the music isn't playing as loud as what your clip is. Fade in, fade out. So if you want your sound to fade in, music or your video clip sound, you can just do fade in, and it'll make it fade in a little later into the clip, or you can do fade out, so that way it'll start fading out. I think it's like 2 or 3 seconds before it ends or something like that. Then you have enhance. So what that does is if there's a lot of chatter in the background, you can use this to help. So it'll kind of single out your voice. That way you don't really hear all the commotion going out in the background. But if you turn this up too much, it'll sound bad. So you got to be careful with that. Then your equalizer is here. So what you do with this is if you need to manually adjust the sound on your clip, you can use this to do that. So once you make whatever changes that you want, you just hit done. Right? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some music. So if you go over here, you'll see the music box. Right? Whatever songs you have in your iTunes library is what's going to pop up here. So we'll just, whatever it has here. You're just going to click on your song and drag it over. And it's going to put it right here for you.
Oh, nice.
And there's music, right? Pictures. Me personally, I'd rather just like click a picture off of my desktop and drag it in here, because you have to use like their photo booths and stuff. It's dumb. So the next thing is text. They have all different kinds of things. They have scrolling credits. They have sideways drifting. If you want it to look cool. So we could do. You click on the text you want and you drag it up. As you can see where it's highlighted in blue, that it means that's where the text is going to be. So you just drop it, and then you can put in. My bad. You have to click on it, and then you can put whatever you want. All right. So you can also change your fonts here. Up here versus show fonts. You have to highlight it, and then you can make them whatever you want. Once you adjust it, just hit done up here in the corner. And then your text is in there. Another thing is if you click on the text up here at the top, you'll see it turns to a yellow bracket on the outside. If you want to make it longer, you click on it. When you see it has the yellow border, you just drag it. So you can make it as long as you want.
You have the other one. had the other one. I found this at the flea market. Really?
So we put Cody is afraid because he doesn't like the Dukes. Alright, next one is we have transitions. So if you are doing multiple clips of different kinds of skits, you can put transitions in to kind of break it up. So here, we'll just drag. We'll just drag that over, alright? So now we can pick whatever one you want. I'll just pick this one. So you click on it, you drag it up there. Alright? And now you'll see.
Is Genius in?
You see it transitions over. So to make your transitions longer, you click on it and you see the little blue box down here. If you click on that and do transition adjustments, right here where it says duration, we can make it a little longer. Another thing to keep in mind is this box is checked here. It says applies to all transitions. So that means for every transition that you put in your project here, it's going to automatically set it to 2.5 seconds. So if, sometimes when you're trying to crunch everything in to fit, especially when you're using music, you don't always want every transition at 2.5, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Also, another thing is the little S here. Try not to erase that because that's not the same as the S on your keyboard. So once you erase that, it's like you can't get it back. You just gotta hit X out and then redo it. Just food for thought. So you change it to 2.5, hit done. Makes it longer, right? Next thing too, see how this music didn't play into this next clip here. So if you click on this, all you gotta do is just drag it. So once you click on that music and you see it's the yellow border, you can drag it over. So now we have.
I found this at the flea market. Really? That's pretty cool.
Alright, so there we have that. Next thing too. Another thing you can do is if you are playing a clip and you don't really want the sound from that clip, you want the sound from something else, we can do that. So let's say we want the sound from down here. So we click on this, and let's say we want that, right? This sound. We really don't, but let's say we do. So you're going to click on it, you're going to drag it up, and drop it here on your clip. And you see here where it says you can replace it. So if you want to just completely replace the clip with that clip, you can do that. Has some other options here. Cutaway, picture in picture. So if you want that clip to play in that clip, you can do that. But let's say we just want the audio only. So you'd hit audio only. And now you see here, the audio from the clip we selected is going to play. So what you'd have to do with this one here is go to the editing, the little blue box, audio adjustments, and if we turn the sound all the way down on this and hit done,
I do remember that night.
it'll play the audio from the other clip over top of that one. So that's just like pretty basic, really, on how to use this. If you have any more questions about anything, I'll definitely help you out. One last thing before I end this, though, is when you want to export your video. So when you're completely done with it, you're going to go up here to share, and then you're going to export using QuickTime. So where? Just save it to your desktop. That way it's easy. It's right there. You can find it. So just make sure that you're saving your video right to your desktop. And then movie QuickTime your export options. So here, if you hit options, this will pop up. So just go to settings, and I found this setting to work pretty good. You want to make sure its compression type is H.264. I put the frame rate at 24, even though it's not 24 frame. Well, actually, I lied. This was shot with 24, but keyframes you can keep it automatic. Data rate you can keep it automatic, and then you can just keep the compressor quality at high. So really, just make sure your compression type is H.264. You can adjust your frame rate. Then you hit OK. And the next thing is your sound. So you go to settings. Make sure that's AAC. And then channels stereo LNR, so left and right. To make sure like your sound will play in the left side and the right side of the stereo. Rate, I have mine at 44.100. And then render settings normal. And target bitrate is 128. That's just my settings. Always works out pretty good for me. And hit OK. And all that should be good. And then you hit OK. And then you just hit save. And then sometimes, depending on how much RAM you have on your computer, depends on how long it takes. So you hit save, and it'll save it right to your desktop. And then you're ready to upload it. Alright. Hope that helped.